It says, Dear Aaron, I noticed that when the band is rocking out, Warp 11, you always stand off to the side or you don't even rock at all. Don't you know how to rock? Well, the answer is yes, I do know how to rock, and perhaps too well. As a matter of fact, I have some history with the rock profession, and it's very painful. It's hard to talk about. I guess I can maybe play you a short piece of video from my log file. Casey, actually, if you look in my personal log, probably page 3 to 12, you will find that clip, and here it is now. This should answer your questions. Sands, swords,
New cadets on the block. They've been called everything from musical geniuses to prefabricated Federation teeny pop. Their brand of fresh-faced, clean-cut bubblegum pop made them overnight idols of teenage girls across the Alpha Quadrant. Their critics hated them. Their fans loved them. But one thing is certain. These three talented youths hit the music scene like a fully charged photon torpedo and changed the way the galaxy would think about popular music. Now, find out the real story of the new cadets on the block. The joys, the sorrows, the tragedies. The story beside the music. The stardate was 1513.1, 5 a.m. Morning DJ Matt Decker at KIRK Radio in Riverside played a song he'd received from a local band. It was a song that was to change the course of musical history.
You know, I got this tape beamed to me about a week before. They were some friends of my daughter's. I figured I'd give it a play. It's 5 in the morning, so what the hell. I play this tape and my phone board lights up like a Danubian fire beetle. In the 47 years of my radio experience, I've never seen anything like this. I knew they were going to be hot.
The request didn't stop that morning. For the next week, the radio station was flooded by a constant barrage of requests and questions. Who were these male sirens of subspace, and where did they come from? Again and again, Matt Decker would answer, they're the new cadets on the block. The band, which would become known as the New Cadets on the Block, was born in Riverside, Iowa, a small town of 826 people located in the heartland of the United States. The group was the brainchild of founding member Aaron Lockhart.
You know, there was never really much to do in Riverside. You know, I was in the ass end of the galaxy, radio station sucked, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, on a Friday night, there wasn't much to do. Just hang out with my G's on the street corner, you know, sing our own songs. After a while, some of us started to get pretty good, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, you know, we could form our own band. And the guys were like, you know, maybe if we formed our own band, you know, I could probably get laid. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm all over it.
Aaron's family, however, was against the idea of Aaron pursuing any form of musical career. Being white-collar workers, Aaron's father and older brother felt that he should follow in their footsteps.
Yeah, I always told him all that singing and dancing wouldn't get him nowhere. Gotta get a steady job like me. I mean, sure, mopping up the holodeck ain't so glamorous, but it's good, honest work. It's a foundation.
But young Aaron would have none of that. Having grown up on a healthy diet of the Jackson 5, the Osmond Brothers, and William Shatner's The Transformed Man, Aaron set forth to conquer subspace with a fusion of light, sound, and dance previously unseen in any quadrant of the galaxy.
Yeah, we were coming up with some pretty good songs. You know, hanging out at the mall and stuff. We were getting pretty popular down there. The only problem was we just didn't have a name. You know, we came up with like Spock, Starfleet Boys, but nothing really ever seemed to fit until one night we were playing at the Gap and some Romulan from another band said, who are those guys? You know, but one of our fans said, those guys, you better watch out. Those are the new cadets on the block. And we said, oh yeah, that's it.
The band, with its catchy new name, continued to get more and more popular with the local music scene, and it seemed that nothing could stop their meteoric rise to the top when the first in a string of tragedies struck. Founding member Mark Piper died tragically in a drug overdose.
Yeah, I told him to lay off the pipe, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, once he got started, he just could not stop. Damn, what was he thinking?
His replacement, Walter Pierce, a hemophiliac, tragically bled to death 1 month later.
I told him it wasn't necessary to shave his chest, but he thought it'd make him look sexier for the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
The next member to join the ill-fated trio was young Bella Oxmix. Unfortunately, his golden voice couldn't help him avoid his outstanding gambling debts with the mob. They finally caught up to him in his dressing room at The Cage, a local music club.
Yeah, I told him to lay off the Dabo table. But, I mean, once he started playing, he just couldn't stop. I mean, he owed this one big-ass Ferengi a lot of money. I was like, damn, what was he thinking?
Then, catastrophe struck once more when Ben Finney, Bella's replacement, was crushed to death in a tragic accident.
Yeah, I told him not to distill himself down to his base essence and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, someone was bound to come along, pick him up, and crush him. I was like, damn, what's he thinking?
Then, when all seemed hopeless, a chance meeting with a high school dropout named Donnie Lasack in a local mall changed everything.
Yeah, we were about to give up hope. Then, like, one night we're hanging out in front of this Miller's Outpost, you know, and this guy, like, starts yelling at his girlfriend behind that counter. And I was like, damn, that dude's voice is perfect. So, like, after mall security throws him out, you know what I'm saying? We started chilling out, and, you know, we just asked him to join our group. And the guy didn't have a job and shit, so he was like, yeah, yeah.
With the addition of Donnie Lasack, the lineup was again complete, and personality-wise, the band was set up for success. There was Donnie Lasack, sometimes sweet, sometimes sour, the angelic bad boy with a self-destructive streak. Robbie Love, the impish jokester of the trio. And Aaron Lockhart, the real brains behind the group, but the image he portrayed was one of the suave Casanova. The band got together and quickly began working on an album. Within the span of one afternoon, they had written such classic songs as Seven of Mine, Energize My Heart, Girl, You're My Number One, Torpedoes Locked on Love, and Warpcore on the Dance Floor. But it was the song Set a Course for Love that was to alter the course of all of their lives.
Yeah, you know, we was just chilling one night, and Donnie's like totally yelling at his girlfriend. He's like, bitch, you make me crazy. And I'm like, damn, it's kind of catchy. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, from there, the song pretty much just wrote itself. You know what I'm saying? It was like I knew that it was a good song, but I had no idea how good it really was. You know what I'm saying?
Set a Course for Love was the first single release from the new Cadets' self-titled album, and no one was prepared for the media frenzy it would be responsible for. It shot to the top of the charts at warp 9.9 and orbited there for over 9 months. The band was quickly signed by music mogul Johnny Fantastic and sent on an exhaustive world tour.
They say that space is the final frontier, and the tears will I shed when you're not here. I've got my phasers locked onto your heart, and if you ever leave me, I'll fall apart. Oh girl, for you I'll scan 1,000,000 worlds. For you, my girl, my interstellar sails unfurled. Baby, you make me crazy, like a Klingon drunk of blood wine. I've got to have some more time, baby. My mind is hazy, like the stars up above, and I've got to have your love,
Man, we've gone from playing malls to huge stadiums overnight. This is crazy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? God, this is crazy. There's drugs and women everywhere. I mean, it is just one constant party.
We had more Latin than we could spend. There'd be times we'd rent out the Enterprise and take our friends out for joyrides. It was some crazy shit. We'd have like orgies on the Enterprise bridge. It was nuts.
So near the end of the set, there was a song called Set Your Phasers for Love. Aaron got crazy and zapped chicks in the audience with this toy phaser, and we'd go out and get them and take them backstage. And it got crazy. The chicks started wearing shirts that said "Stun Me."
The party was in full swing. Set a Course for Love was high on the charts and the band was getting high as well. Soon, the constant abuse of drugs, alcohol, and sex began to take its toll on all three members. Aaron Lockhart descended into a wormhole of substance abuse.
It got to the point where I was using on an hourly basis, just trying to maintain a steady buzz, you know what I'm saying? It's like, life back then was a steady stream of, it's like a blur of women and drugs and booze and women, you know what I'm saying? It's like the music started to matter less and less. And, if the other guys weren't interested in scoring either drugs or women, I just didn't want anything to do with them, you know what I'm saying? I was like, peace out,
Yeah, there was a lot of women, a lot. But there was, I recall one morning, I got up and I went to the restroom, and I must have picked up some weird alien shit because there was something on my photon torpedo. I don't know what it was, but it started flowering up and emitting spores. I mean, it was really gross. It was a bummer. Not to mention the 47 fraternity suits. That suck, if you know what I'm saying.
Donnie Lasak's violent tendencies only added to the overall stress the band was having to cope with.
There was quite a few times I was sure the band would break up. There was this one time I remember I plugged up the toilet on the bus with dribbles. It was a joke, but Donnie didn't see it that way. I guess you just don't mess around when it comes to Donnie's toilet. He beat me pretty bad on that one, and I had to finish the rest of the tour in heavy makeup to cover up the bruises.
But even the constant abuse couldn't slow down their warp speed climb to the top. The New Cadets' fame kept growing and growing until one fateful night at Yankee Stadium when the unthinkable occurred and the band's darkest secret was revealed.
You're not here. I've got my phases locked onto your heart, and if you ever leave me, I'll fall apart. Oh, girl.
Well, in retrospect, I'm surprised we did. I mean, it must have been obvious to some of the fans. I mean, hell, they sang the same songs exactly the same way every night. Same pitch, perfect key. Hell, it doesn't take a genius to realize they were faking it. We done here?
The New Cadets immediately went from being an overnight success story to being the butt of late-night talk show jokes. Their quest to boldly go had come to a grinding halt. Rumors began circulating that the vocals on the New Cadets albums were those of professional studio musicians and ex-Mouseketeers. But Aaron and the boys weren't ready to give up. They first adamantly denied ever lip-syncing, stating that the on-stage fiasco was merely a new live remix performance piece that the fans just didn't understand. This strategy failed miserably. Then they attempted to convince the Galaxy that despite their fraudulent behavior, they could in fact carry a tune. Unfortunately, the damage was done, and the outcome was far worse than they ever could have imagined.
Now that your careers are over, what's next for New Cadets on the Block?
Careers? What are you talking about? What, your careers are over? I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? I am Donnie Lasak, damn it! I am Donnie Lasak, damn it!
What you talking about? You know our careers ain't over. We can sing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we can sing. You want to sing? Yeah, okay, watch this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Baby, you're making me crazy. Like a Klingon drunk on blood wine. I've got to have some more time, baby. My mind is hazy.
Where you going? Come back.
In a desperate attempt to stop the warp core breach that their lives had become, the New Cadets scheduled one final concert in which they guaranteed they would sing all of their parts live. Sadly, however, on the night of the show at a Ramada Inn in Bakersfield, California, Donnie Lasak was killed by an angry mob of prepubescent girls in the parking lot. New Cadets on the Block was no more.
And they didn't care if he could sing or not. It was that red shirt. I knew it would be the death of him.
Years later, after an unsuccessful solo career and a 4-year bout with homelessness, Robbie Love is an assistant manager in the food service industry on DS5. Aaron Lockhart moved on to co-host a popular Star Trek talk show. When asked if he had any regrets about his past, Aaron had this to say.
You know, bottom line, I wouldn't trade the experience for nothing, you know? I mean, it was great while it lasted. You know what I'm saying? I loved every minute of it. Peace out.
Dude, you were in a chick band.
Shut up, Herbert.
Whatever, dude. You guys didn't even sing your own songs.
Yeah, well, neither does Warp 11.
Hey!